What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Podular. It is Thursday, December 5th, 2024. Welcome back for episode 6. We hope everybody had a fantastic Thanksgiving weekend. We're pumped to be back and talk some STS9 with you guys. Today's episode is going to be about the city of Asheville, North Carolina. We're going to start things off with a couple of clips through the band's history in this fantastic little mountain town on the East Coast. And then we're going to be talking about some of the things that have been going on in the music community to benefit what's been going on in that part of the country as well with Hurricane Helene and relief and stuff, and understanding how we can help out with that. We've got a new segment today called Hot Give and Takes, and then we're going to finish things off by teasing next week's segments and asking for a top 5 from some of you guys as well. So starting things off with a clip here. Hope everybody enjoys.
Come on. And that was our episode, guys. We'll see you next week. Thanks so much for tuning in to Pod Podular. All right.
Thanks for coming out. Yeah.
Fucking back, Nathan. Let's go.
Oh, feels good. How was your
Ah,
Thanksgiving, man?
man, it was really, really fun.
Fuck, I don't fucking care. Let's talk about that clip.
Man, yeah, dude, let's go. We haven't done this in 2 weeks. We recorded
Mhm.
2 Thursdays ago that Brandon episode, so we haven't had a chance to do this in a while, and I missed it. Yes, that was STS9, of course. That was 7/20/2019. That was a sound check, guys.
Yeah, what there wasn't a full crowd to enjoy that there? They
I
didn't
was just thinking, were you there?
I didn't do the sound checks that year. I did a lot,
Okay,
not that year at Pisgah,
yeah.
but I did a lot of the sound checks, but I didn't do those ones. And whew,
I
man,
was just
almost glad I
imagining.
didn't.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I was just imagining like being around like seven other people for that.
Yeah.
Almost, I don't even know how to cope with that.
Touching every part of the dance floor in the venue.
Just doing cartwheels around. I've only actually gotten to do one sound check, and it was Murph's last sound check. Um,
Sweet. At the Tabby,
somewhere,
right?
yeah, the tabby. Somewhere online, there's actually a full video that I shot of it. I don't know on what YouTube channel it would be. I should try to find it. I just kind of thought about that as we're having this conversation, but yeah, it was about
Back
a
when it was
15.
back when it was shots by Scotty.
Yeah, it was about a 15-minute improv jam. It was pretty cool and pretty rare for 2013. So yeah, that was a good time.
Man, we're gonna get into an entire episode, if not multiple episodes, dedicated to sound checks. But um, talking about that one in particular, I mean, absolutely nuclear.
Mm,
I what I'm hearing are some odes to future glass, maybe a little bit.
mm-hmm.
You hearing that, like the
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yep.
um, and we know we heard glass going back to hearing like I think like Red Rocks that first show back from Code, we heard him kind of playing out with some of that, and then I obviously like these improv sound checks are all really cool, but like this one reminds me of Improv Part 3 from Sunday Wave Spell Year One. Just that like
Mm-hmm.
absolute carnival, like Phipps
Carnival's a good
putting
word.
Phipps putting you on a carnival ride that's a house party. Like it's just
Sure.
house party carnival ride. Yeah.
It's like a big pot of STS9 gumbo. You get like a few hints here and there of different songs, different teases. In that last clip, I heard the Herbie Hancock Rocket for a split second. Phipps just throwing a little bit. I as we decided that we were gonna do a whole Asheville spotlight on Sunday, I had a lot of fun, in particular, getting into those sound checks. I kind of forgotten about that era where they were doing like those pretty much every run.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And like I said, they used to post so many of them. So there's a ton of them on Bandcamp, and there's so much improv material that it's such a cool thing to go back to because like
Yeah.
you remember certain ones, but like there's no way you can kind of remember how they all went. And it
Mm-mm.
was a really cool exercise going back to that one. And credit to you for finding that clip because that's the one from that weekend, baby. That
Mm-hmm.
is really, really sick. But yeah, and talking about Asheville, we both spent a good amount of time in Asheville, and
Mm-hmm.
this upcoming New Year's run here for 2024 is scheduled to be in Asheville with one night at the Orange Peel, right? Which I've never gotten a chance to see them at the Orange
I haven't
Peel,
either.
and I was really looking forward to that. But unfortunately, that bitch Helene uh, ripped through and did its number, man. And we thought before we kind of get into in the next coming weeks, I'm sure we're going to be previewing the New Year's run now scheduled at the Joy Theater in New Orleans, which will also be awesome. But it got us thinking about Asheville, and I think just talking about Asheville and the band's history in Asheville and going through some of their shows. And one of the things that got me thinking about Asheville too is just how hard I've just been eating crap about this whole Bible business.
Oh man, say it again.
Uh,
It sounded so good coming from your mouth the correct way.
Bible, oh God. It doesn't feel right.
Oh, but it is right. It is
I'm
right
wrong.
as
I'm wrong. I'll admit when I'm
as
wrong.
as dozens, if not maybe close to 100 people corrected you over the weekend.
Yeah, including the band. So we'll see if they let me into the next show. I don't know. Listen, end of the day, this song fornicates.
Yes.
It's a song that is on Artifact, but predates Artifact as well in some of their live shows, and that got me thinking about what my favorite Bible is, and that connects to the city of Asheville too, because you got to go back to 9/9/2004 to find, in my opinion, the best Bible, right?
Hmm.
In the orange peel, right? There's something about these 9/9 shows too. I don't know what the deal is.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
they really like crushing it. So I'm gonna share with you my favorite Bible, and see what you guys think, and that'll be next clip we get into here. enough nonsense. Unbelievable.
I don't care how you pronounce it, honestly.
It's a weird way to spell best song ever. What do you think, Scotty? Is that one of your favorites too? I know.
Yes,
Here's
definitely.
here's the
Go
funny
ahead.
thing. We did you tell how this came about of how you actually guessed that this was my favorite Bible.
So we decided on, I believe, Sunday afternoon that we were going to do an Asheville spotlight this week, and I immediately jumped into trying to listen to every single Asheville show that has happened in the band's career. I failed, by the way. There's 30 of them, guys. They're not all on Bandcamp. They're spread all over the place. But the first one that I started with was this Orange Peel show. And as soon as I heard the Bible, I texted Nate and I said, I bet I know what your favorite Bible is. Um, and I was
Yeah,
right.
I mean, it's just so cool to go back to. I mean, this is alien funk, which is a lot of
Yeah,
people talk about the how to pretty much sum up '04 in 2 words if you can, um, which is very arguably the band's one of the band's best years, right?
sure.
It's
Up there.
it's really cool to hear how many different times Hunter Brown has become a different guitarist.
Yes. Hmm.
And his background in tennis really comes out here, right? And who's he playing with, Scotty?
I mean I wrote down incredible work between Phipps, Murph, and Hunter here. There's a lot of conversation happening between those three. It's just really exciting. It sounds completely different, obviously, than the current iteration of the band. It's a little bit more of a kind of laid down jazz type vibe, as opposed to kind of like the big stadium STS9 that we've been talking about a lot. And that just gives way to different vibes and different sounds. You heard Murph throwing a little call jam in there towards the end. I've listened to this Bible 5 times since I sent you that text message. That was the first time I'd actually caught that. But yeah, a classic '04 Bible, and one that I was not familiar with before I dug into the show.
That fuzzy STS9, right?
Sure,
That
fuzzy. That's a good word.
shag carpet STS9, the VW van STS9 shit, Like that's like smoking a bunch of Reggie's STS9, right? Yeah, yeah, really cool one, and like that's like I've never been to Orange Peel. I really know what it's like. I've been told it's kind of like the Fillmore in
Hmm.
Denver in the way that it's an old roller rink. There's a big
Oh,
long room like that with
yeah.
like kind of so like I feel like I can when I listen to this Bible, I keep wanting to say Bible. When I listen to this, I'm working on it, right? We're all working on ourselves.
Yeah, we're all growing.
Yeah. When I listen to this Bible, I feel like I can see it, right?
Sure.
It's a very like very distinct feeling to it for sure.
Yep.
So we're gonna stay with this show, right,
We're
Scotty?
not done. We're not done
Yeah.
with this thing yet.
And what do we got? Oh, go ahead and intro this one because I'm gonna get it queued up here.
So, very much like that Bible, this song that we're about to play today is the first time I'd ever heard this version of it, and this is, I mean, send them to me after the podcast. We can watch them fight. This is the best today you're ever going to hear, in my opinion. I'm not aware of too many jammed out todays. Again, happy to be wrong. I'm not as familiar with the further back we get, so maybe this was plentiful in '04. But holy shit, this is a really good one.
Well, they are. I will say that before we get into it, they were playing field in '04. And the thing about like '04 is like back then they were playing 200, 150 shows a year. So it's like hard to
Sure.
stay on these. But we'll talk about that after a little bit. Let's let this clip speak for itself.
Yeah. Like, come on.
Type 2.
Send me your todays, and I will have my today slaughter them in front of an audience.
That shit was so hot I cracked a window. That's my workout for the day. Unbelievable. If I had a freaking time machine, Scotty, I think I'd go back to that orange peel in 2004.
I know. I would avoid getting kicked out of middle school, instead go rage with the couple thousand some odd wooks that I'm sure we're having a grand time at this evening.
Who dosed the band that night? Probably themselves. Jesus Christ. That shit is today, yesterday, next week. I don't give a fuck. That version of the song in 4 we're sweeping.
That was all day, is what that song was.
That is all day. Oh man. Yeah, there's some similar jammed out today. If you want to go back to 2004, there's one from the Vic in Chicago, from
Okay.
their 2004 run. It's just another thing. Like out of college, I lived like 2.5 blocks away from the Vic, but that wasn't until like 2014.
Sure.
But yeah, starting things off with a couple of Artifacts songs here,
Yeah.
pre-Artifact release, right?
Yeah.
So
And then we're gonna bring it to something that actually you brought about.
I did bring this about. There's a few things about this next one. So now we take a time travel forward to 2019. At this point, I'm 8 years into seeing the band, and we're coming up on my 100th show, right, Scotty?
Yep.
And you were there, right?
I
Talk a
was
little bit.
there.
Let's talk about Pisgah a little bit before we get into the clip.
Yes, let's do
What a
it. First,
magical place.
I know. It's really pre-Helene was really an embarrassment of riches when it came to venues in Asheville. We talked about the Orange Peel ad nauseum, Salvage Station, Pisgah Brewing Company. I mean, the list goes on. There's a lot of really, really nice places to see music there. And Pisgah was really special, man. It's one of those places that could be a venue to see, a band that's playing to 300 people, and I think it got as big as like 4 or 5 thousand people. So it's really cool setup there. I was at this show. This was the only show of this year of this run that I was at. Me and Kate had a family beach trip on the other side of the state, but we made sure to fly in specifically because it was your 100th show, and I wasn't gonna not be at your 100th show.
Aw, that's cute. That's very
Yeah,
nice. We all know, get to 100 show, one of the big things is requests, right?
yes.
And my favorite of all time is one of these songs coming up. It's going to be kind of the segue. So we'll leave it there. We'll start the clip. We're going to cut it up into two different segments here and break it down. But don't get too comfy over there, Dex.
That's Gemma, actually.
Oh, John, my bad.
Fuck yeah. At this point, Nate is up and down, 10 feet in the air.
All right, hold the phone. Stop right here. All right. Anyone that knows me really well, it's a really hard question. What's your favorite STS9 song? That changes monthly, weekly. I don't care what it is, but everyone's got their one go-to. And for me, it's Water Song, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're getting to Water Song. We're due for a spectacle, are we not?
Sure.
Where the heck has
Yes.
that song been?
Yeah.
Been a long time. Really hoping for that one. And Noah, just like huge, just spaceship taking off, freaking noises whirling, and then you get the segue buttery into Water Song. And I think you have a
Mm-hmm.
really good like visual memory of what that moment looked like and everything that went
Yeah, man, I'm just thinking now. There is a video of you during in this moment that I took with so much pride in the moment. But yeah,
maybe
no,
maybe you
you're
put it on the maybe put it on the IG.
yeah, we'll put it on the comments or something. But yeah, no, I'm probably 5 rows behind you at this point. I've got a nice little angle of Zach pointing at you as they seg to Water Song, and he starts
Losing
laughing
my
as you
mind.
start
Yeah.
jumping up and down. Eh, I would equate it to the first time my son ate barbecue. Um, maybe I don't know. Just maybe a wedding night for you in the future. Maybe you'll look like
Yeah.
this. Just one of the happiest I've ever seen you in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One cool thing, this one's immortalized
yes,
by none other than Seth Spice Guy. I'm gonna adjust here. Beautiful. Gina had this made. Gina's birthday, also 7/19. That's my
yes,
easiest way to remember her birthday is go back
nice.
to what date my my 100 show was. We got the set list here. Unbelievable set. Zach's drumstick here. Alana's pick from that night. Unbelievable. You guys are
Hmm.
looking to immortalize. This is a shameless plug for my boy, Sets by Scotty. Your Christmas is coming up. Hit him
Christmas
up.
is coming up. And
Yeah.
technically, I guess this is the first episode that is actually brought to you by Sets by Scotty. I've tried not to be indulgent and talk too much about my other art. But for the few of you, I guess, that listen to this that don't know me outside of this podcast, I am also the set list guy. I am Sets by Scotty. I make those for commission. Yeah, I'm still open for a few commissions, so holler at me when you get a chance. I'd love to make you something.
Yeah, and then another cool story time here. Let's readjust here. Uh, we're packing up for camp elsewhere, and Gina's getting real weird about me touching anything that's in the car. I'm like, what is going on here? And she manages to get this into the car, into our stuff, pack it up, and get it signed by the band to Nate. Much love,
So sick.
STS9. I mean, one of the coolest things she's ever done. That was
Uh-huh.
unreal. Great
Got it.
gesture
Got it.
that she did.
9 hours across the country with you
I
in the car.
and I had no idea this was in here.
Unbelievable. She didn't tell me that until minutes before she was getting it signed. And I was like, that is unbelievable, Gina. I'm so proud of you. Shout out to you, Gina. I love you. What's up?
Love you too. All right. Yeah. Let's get back to that Water Song, man, because
Let's get
there's
back.
yeah.
Thank you, Nathan.
Yes. Yes. Oh,
That
on that water song. Your
do what?
thoughts on that water song?
I mean, it's hard for me to pick one that I like better than that one. I mean, I'm sure you could put one in front of me that's longer or that's that's more jammed out. But as I think people will notice as you go through anything that I talk about on this show, my top 5 favorite shows or anything like that. I rank pretty high based on the experience behind the songs, and I'm not gonna have a better water song than having you in front of me during your 100th show, that being your request. That makes me so happy every time I listen to that song because I can really place where I was in that time in the world, and it just makes me really happy. It's also the first night that I met Gina Wynn. So shout out to you, Gina.
Oh
I always
man,
think about that as well. Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, like Zach Velmer going absolutely ham.
Hmm.
That is peak Zach Velmer fills, and then I mean Hunter Brown just soaring, flaming golden eagle like
Sure.
at the end of it. But like, dude, the feeling of that free going
Hmm.
absolutely ham on the hand sonic and turned up like the coin flips, the woo woo woo,
Yep.
the whooshes, the whirs, and everything like that gives it so much just weight and just like this is the story I wanted to tell you about too. So a few months, or I think just a few weeks after this was Wave Spell 2,
Hmm.
where we got there a day early. We were talking to Zach after the sound check, and he checked in on me because he had a bunch of people had hit them up and be like, "Hey, he play water song for Nate's 100 show," and I had hit him up too, and he's like, "What do you think of that water song?" And like we were like in the middle of the conversation. I didn't start with like, and I'm such like a water song connoisseur, right? So I'm gonna break it down. So I was like, I started with not the longest waters, not. And he goes, "Oh my God, really?" And he was like, "Dude," he goes, "I thought that was one of the best water songs." I'm like, "You didn't let me finish. You didn't let me finish." I was gonna say, not the
Not the
longest water
longest water
song.
song.
It only clocks in at about
8 minutes.
less than eight
Yeah.
minutes, right? But like that's the thing. That's what they're doing now is like you look at some of these jams and like it doesn't stand out like some of these like 2015 or even like 2000 like 18 or like getting super deep on some of these like 18
Sure.
19-minute versions where there's just like packing a punch and it's efficient, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
And man, that drum and bass section is one of the best too. So now we're gonna take it to Salvage Station, right? We're gonna go post
Yes.
COVID 2023 for this next clip. We got a little video for you on this one, so we're going all over the map on this one. Oops.
Yeah, Hunter.
You tell him, buddy.
Look at that boy smile.
Yeah, because you knew they were playing Dusk next. Oh, that is okay. Yes, no, right? Okay. A little bit about this one. So this is
Mhm.
uh night one of the 2-night run at Salvage Station, which I want you to talk about that venue because you've been and I haven't. But I want to
Yes.
talk about this song first. Just an excellent STS9 composition, right? One that's not on an album, right? To my knowledge, right? Am I right on
No,
that?
no, 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 it's not.
Yeah.
What is there? Is the Brown album that's not out, or that it doesn't have an official release? Is it on that? Maybe.
I'm not
I'm
sure.
talking out my ass. I have no idea.
Yeah, let's start talking about stuff we know.
Yeah.
Debuted in '07, right? And it has such that '07 sound. Played a
Tabernacle.
lot, yeah, played a lot through '07, '08. Obviously brought back for Selector 9
Yes.
in summer of 2023, but this is the first one and the only one since that we've seen in the wild
Yes.
since Friday, November 14th, 2008,
Yes.
right? So almost 15 years. And this is the
Mm-hmm.
first time the band is putting this song on a set list, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and they haven't touched it since. So another one I'd like to see in New Orleans that I feel like is on the table that hopefully they
Yeah, one of those Mitch
start
Miller
again.
boys, right?
There we go. Thank you,
One,
Mitch.
thank you, Mitch. One that Mitch Miller summoned from the lost depths, and we saw him do this with a few songs last year where they I mean I don't have it in front of me, but I believe there was 5 to 7 gigantic bust outs on that set list.
Yeah,
Watch out for that bus. Quest, Mearsol, Yes No,
Bosso.
um, Bosso.
That's
Um,
the one I really want to see again.
yeah, and you've seen Mearsol become a regular part of the rotation. Yes, No got revisited once. Quest hasn't gotten revisited, which come on, guys. You played a 16-minute version of it. You're just gonna shelf that for another 20 years?
I am pissed off.
And then Bosso hasn't really shown itself. They tease that a lot. But Yes, No, and Mearsol are really the only bust outs that have gotten any kind of hint of a regular placement since that Selector 9 show.
Yep. And yeah, I mean, talk a little bit about Salvage Station too, because obviously you see it in this video. Boy, hard to believe that this
Yeah.
thing is just in shreds at this point. But talk
Yeah,
about that venue for me because I heard really good things about it. And yeah,
I was struck with a little bit of sadness while I was watching this thread. I know we talked about trying to keep it as upbeat as possible beforehand, but man, it's really heartbreaking to know that this place is not there anymore. And if you've you haven't been to this venue, but you've been all around it. You've been to the art district in Santa Fe. It's a half-mile walk from the art district to Salvage Station, right on the river. So you see that stage, and you get to thinking about all those good times and all those good people that just got absolutely washed with 10 to 12 feet of water straight over that stage and straight through all their art studios. And it was hard for me to really focus on Tribe in that moment, because I have been at that stage and it's such a special place. I just really hope that particular venue bounces back, because Salvage Station is a really special place.
Yeah, and while we're on it too, just talking about Asheville in terms of a special place, it's an extremely special place for the band that I knew too. This I don't know to be 100% true, but lore is to say that Asheville is where the four original members crossed paths with Jeffrey Lerner while he was on the road as a drum tech for Leftover Salmon. And there he was a kick-ass drummer, but one of the big draws about bringing Jeffrey in is because he had a van, right? And they ran into him in Asheville. And Asheville is just such a cool place, man. You got the Blue Ridge Mountains. You got a ton of breweries. You've got a really good live music scene and a lot of people that live there that are big about live music, and a lot of great shows that come through there too. So there's certainly a level of sadness to it as well. And yeah, and we're going to stay with Salvage Station. We're talking about these two runs, Scotty. We were talking about it a little bit before. The 2023 run there's some fun stuff on paper. You saw So It Goes bust out as well.
Sure.
But 2022, we thought pound for pound kicked this run's butt, right?
Yes.
So talk a little bit about that run for us.
Man, this was a good weekend for me and my family. Me and Kate, my wife. Shout out to Kate, love you. We decided to get to Asheville on Wednesday of this run, and we did a few days of non-related Asheville, non-STS9 related stuff, and then we did this run over the weekend. Had a buddy drive up, and kind of had the whole gang get in town. But this run was super special. I've got we're about to pull up the F word and check that out, but so many highlights. My first O Little Brain. I know a lot of people's first O Little Brain. I fell to my knees in that moment. This is probably, if we ever go back and look at 2022 as a year, I can't think of much that I would put above this run. I think you kind of get everything you want out of this run.
Sick openers too. Daily Bread, Maddie O'Neill.
Yes. Yes.
Man. Yeah. Those are, I don't know if you'll get either one of those as openers for anybody much longer.
No, those are two Red Rocks headlining artists now.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into that F word.
The F just stands for Phipps when he's feeling nasty.
So if we crack the code, the F is for
The
Phipps
Phipps
when he's
is how.
feeling nasty.
Yeah, that's
The
how Phipps spells Phipps when he's feeling freaky and
Yeah.
gross and nasty.
It Phipps. The F also stands for fret tracks. The F stands for frog bass. My God, you got it all here. Jeez. Oh my goodness, dude. What the hell? I thought 2016 was the year of the F word.
Man, go talking about the songs that I just think are quintessential STS9. Give somebody that's never heard of this band a song and they'll get it. Just show them that F word, like F word in general, but that F word. It's like this is what we're doing over here. If you want to come, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. No, yeah. Be careful. Do your stretches beforehand.
Yeah.
Here's a ticket. Uh, that's you.
Yeah.
But another F word is like worth mentioning it. Philadelphia 2016. Ooh, if you're looking for one, go to that one.
I got another one. Columbus, Ohio, I believe 2016, maybe 2017. It's
Yeah, I was at the 16 show. I don't know if they went
was that
back.
is
So
that
yeah,
the
that
Express
with the
Live?
Nautilus F
Yes.
word,
Nautilus,
Nautilus.
F word Nautilus. Yes.
Yep. Yeah,
That's
that
my
was
that's made my favorite F word I wasn't present for.
that
But
was the end of
this
a very long weekend. That is it's got a story for another time involving the Canadian border.
I was
But
about to say that's your Canadian border weekend, isn't
yeah,
it?
we'll get to that another
Cool.
time. Let's
Okay,
talk
cool.
about we're talking
Yeah.
about Asheville, the United States of America today. Wow, that is nasty. Man. The clips are hot tonight,
I
dude. They
know.
feel some kind of way. Another one, so the Shining Rock thing too,
Oh
which
yeah.
is the
For,
which
Forgot
is
about
the
Shining Rock.
which is the title of that 2019 run. So the story behind that is there's a national park called Shining Rock where obviously Asheville is just a hop, skip, and a jump from where these guys grew up, right in the Georgia area.
Yeah. Two,
They
3 hours.
they they spent a lot of time in getting a lot of creative energy, spending time out in nature. We know that they're inspired by nature, so that's another cool part of Asheville too. But I'm playing the recent stuff here. We want to go back in time again here, Scotty.
Yep.
All right, back to the orange peel.
Touchy subject of a song this one is. Mm.
It has been 19 years, 6 months, and 2 days since Soundtrad Sector 9 has played Big Little Scenario.
19 years, son. That is crazy.
Let's play it. Hey, STS9, please, please.
Just
What's the
play it.
deal, dude? Come on, man. Like,
So let's talk about what the rumors are. The rumor is that there is some kind of sample within Big Little Scenario that cannot be recreated or that was lost on a hard drive or something. To play it without the sample.
hogwash.
Yeah, or like whatever. Another rumor that I would love for someone in the band or someone adjacent to the band that's listening to this to clear this up because I'm pretty sure this is bullshit too. There is no such thing as Murph songs as far as I'm
No,
concerned. There's
no,
nothing
no,
they
no,
can
no.
do to stop the band from playing a song live. Now, if they're releasing it and Murph had a hand in it, maybe that's a different of course that's a different conversation. But as far as playing a song live, pretty sure they can play whatever the fuck they want to play live, and there's no legal repercussions that Murph or anyone else from for any other song could have. I might be wrong about that. Someone please tell me if I am. But yeah, just play the song.
That's a good one. And it's got 3.0 written all over. I know we talk a lot about
Yeah.
fret tracks here. Oh my God, when Murph comes in with just that, like,
Uh-huh.
and you hear like at this point, like obviously Murph's not playing fret tracks. Like Phipps hitting you with that, just like the yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
So now that Alana can do that and free up a hand for Phipps, like I mean, this one would sound really good. We've seen some epic bust outs. And, like I don't want to sound like a spoiled brat, right? Like we've been
Yes.
treated very well in the last few years, and I truly think they're gonna get to everything. But it's funny to bring it up that like they're being like, in no reality is are you gonna hear that song again? Where Scotty, you heard that about um
PNY.
Pianoir. What did
Mhm.
they open with at Red Rocks? Not the year after COVID, the year after, and then they did it in the Soul Slap. The
Uh,
all right, talk for a second because I gotta pull that up.
do do
Um,
do 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 do
do, 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 do,
do do
do.
do.
Yeah.
God. Empires.
No, no,
No.
Red Rocks 2022.
Oh, oh, little brain.
Not Olo Brain. It's
Well,
like
you're
a
singing "Oh Little Brain."
no, I promise. Here, it's coming up here in a second. And these, once told.
Once
Like we were
told.
told we were never here once told. Zach was like, people really want to hear that song. Like it's like, yeah, we do. Like,
Yeah. We want to hear
uh,
every song you've ever played, you've ever made.
yeah, we like all of them. And yeah, I'm all about the band like playing what they want to play. So like, if they're
Sure.
not feeling it, then great. But I think that one would sound really good, and I think it would fit into what they're doing right now as
Yeah,
well.
it doesn't sound like a good example of a song that doesn't really sound like it belongs in 3.0 is HB Walks to School.
Mhm.
I would love to hear them play that again, but I think the modular version of that song is as much as we're probably going to see of that because that makes sense right
I
now,
like it
right?
better, honestly. I like what they did with
Yeah,
it better than the original
sure.
version.
I think what we're both saying is that yeah, just Big Little Scenarios just sounds like a song that was written in 2024 anyway.
And it's okay that it's gonna be a little bit different. Like
Yeah,
that's what we expect, you know. But
it's actually preferred.
yeah, you guys are a better band now for sure.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take it back into a recent event here, Scott. Here's
Yes.
another cool piece of the band's history is playing fans' weddings. You hear a lot about this from like the '01 Fisher wedding. That's like a YouTube video out there, which is like super heady, where like Phipps has dreads and like a massive like dread bun
Yes.
and stuff.
Well,
But
this one's actually pretty fun too. I actually picked this clip more for the clip than the music being played. It's a seed, if you're curious, and it's an axe seed. This is from the Feldman wedding. They were this Danny and Rachel. Shout out to you guys. Danny gave me his
congrats.
blessing immediately before this podcast started that we could use this clip. So thank you, Danny. Um, this got released on Bandcamp, I believe, a little bit more than a year ago.
Yep.
The band never really talked about it. Danny never really talked about it to too many people. There was some whispers that the band did play a wedding in 2022, and then about a year afterwards, they released the recording. This is the YouTube video of it. It's pro shot. Danny got a crew to come in and film the whole thing. It's hooked up to the soundboard. And guys, this is for my money the best footage that exists of the band in its current form. You can the lights are just on a little bit more and just watch and really wait for the last 15 seconds because it's one of my favorite clips of Hunter and Zach that I've ever seen.
Love it.
This got like a mohawk thing going on.
Zach with like a Hulk Hogan.
He looks like a small town sheriff, and he's about to solve a big case.
Yo, Zach looks like the Lorax. What the hell? The freaking
Dude,
the whole
so
mustache. Gee,
dude.
hold on, I gotta
That's
for
so
that.
funny. I was trying to pin the cartoon character. It is the fucking Lorax.
Yeah, I
Uh,
gotta keep talking about it,
yeah. All right. So
dude.
first of all, Jeffrey doesn't give a fuck if it's your wedding. He's wearing his hat backwards because he's here to party.
I mean, getting STS9 to play your wedding is pretty cool. You had your wedding band learn some STS9 songs, right?
I did. Grow
Hmm.
by the Morning Sun. They did a nasty dance. Wicked Chicana, and I think that's it. Did I say by the Morning Sun already?
Yeah. Oh, I don't
Yes.
know. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. Yeah, by the Morning Sun was the other one. Um, yeah, Phipps. Like I guess right when he started to grow the hair out, so he's got like this mohawk-ish thing going that just it works for him really well. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. The it's kind of rocking a fade there a little bit. That's clean cut Phipps right there.
Yeah, and then Zach with the small town sheriff look, which let's bring that shit back, Mr. Velmer, because
Yeah.
God, that looks good on camera.
Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah. He's got like the comb. He got kind of like a blonde, overgrown comb over going too.
Yeah, and I don't know if his beard is more gray because of the way the light looks, but he just looks distinguished, like he could
Or
tell
he
you a
ran
good
out of the Just
story.
for Men. He ran out of the Just for Men Salt and Pepper. He does look like he
Something
has
like
good
that.
stories. Yeah.
Um, go check that video out, guys.
Yeah.
Just search STS9 Asheville and it comes up. It's like the third thing as private wedding. It's not casual watching though. This thing robbed me of so much productivity today because it's one you want to sit down and enjoy. There's so many good clips. Obviously, this isn't footage. Look, it's only been seen a couple thousand times on YouTube, so go watch it. I bet you haven't seen it. It's really fun.
Yeah, on Bandcamp as well. But yeah, I mean,
Yes.
to kind of rounding out feelings about Asheville, man. I mean, at least shows that have been documented on soundtribe.us. I'm sure there's one before 2001 that happened. 30 shows in Asheville, 14 alone at the Orange Peel. And to know that the Orange Peel is underwater at one point, and like you said, Salvage Station is pretty much wrecked is super sad. Hurricane Helene overall destroyed about 125,000 plus homes in the Western North Carolina area. So it's just an area that's struggling that can use everybody's help. And just talking about some other stuff in the music community that's been going on over the past month. Just a few weeks ago, at Madison Square Garden, um, Dave Matthews Band and Warren Haynes hosted the Soulshine event, which was a benefit that raised $4.5 million with um, Dave Matthews Band, Warren Haynes, Nathaniel Ratliff, Goose, if you're into that, Trey, Anastasio, Mavis Staples, Joe Russo, Trombone Shorty, Susan and Derek. I saw some videos from that, Scotty. That looked pretty freaking epic.
Yeah, it looked like a good time.
Yeah. You had Eric Church and Luke Combs putting on the concert for Carolina at Bank of America Stadium where in Charlotte, where the unfortunately people have to watch the Panthers play on Sunday. Back in at the end of October, Billy Strings was there, Sheryl Crow was there. Who else
James
was there?
Taylor.
James
James Taylor.
Taylor.
Hmm.
Um, so just super cool stuff. And if anybody has the means, we looked up the organization that was benefited by that Concert for Carolina show. And I'll share my screen here so you guys can see the info. It's the North Carolina Community Foundation, North Carolina Community Foundation Disaster Relief Fund. Basically, you go to nccf.fcsuite.com and you'll be able to get here. We'll throw the link in the everywhere it needs to be so you can get here. But if you haven't yet and you have a few extra bucks, anything counts for these people as they're looking to rebuild. And there's still a ton of homes that need to be rebuilt and a ton of roads that aren't
Hmm.
that still haven't been built up and places people can't even get at this point. So just super sad stuff. And but it felt good to think about good times in North Carolina
Yeah,
today,
for
right?
sure.
So let's get back to the nonsense here, Scotty. We
Let's
got
do
it.
it.
You mind if we go into a news segment presented by Sets by Scotty?
I do not. Yes, this new
It's
segment that we've got here, presented by Sets by Scotty, is called Hot Give and Takes.
mhm.
Basically, you or I or both of us come prepared with our bullshit, our unpopular opinions, our maybe not widely shared by a lot of people. Maybe they are widely shared by a bunch of people. But yeah, just a good way to get us arguing and maybe get the internet arguing if we're lucky. So I've got a couple of hot takes this week. The biggest of which I was just kind of reflecting on after this most recent year of STS9 shows, and I came to the conclusion that STS9 doesn't play enough shows in Colorado.
What? Get out of here, dude.
Bro,
No, 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 no,
we
no, 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 no. What's your
no,
next
go
one?
ahead. They
Come
don't play.
on,
They
dude.
don't. They
Okay,
don't.
what? Oh,
How
just
many
because
shows they play this year? How many
just
shows they
because
played in
you
Colorado this year?
what, five? I don't know. Five?
Two,
Two?
two,
Okay, whatever.
two.
How many did they play the year before? 12?
Irrelevant. Irrelevant.
Okay. Get out of here.
I mean, how
Okay.
many shows? Okay, I mean, did people go to those shows? Is that a place where they have fans?
Yes, yes.
Did you go to those shows? Were you not at Mishawaka and Red Rocks and every other Colorado show they played last year?
Yeah, I don't, besides, like, I don't necessarily want to be. I'd rather go other places. Dude, the Denver airport sucks. It's
Yeah, but
so it's
uh,
so dry out there, dude. It's unbelievable. Come on. A lot
no,
of people I love are there.
I know.
I probably have
So
more
what?
I probably have more friends in the state of Colorado than I do anywhere else in the world.
Look,
So
nobody complains about Fish playing in fucking New York City a bunch. There's
a
a
bunch of
bunch of
people
people that.
do.
What? I don't
You
hear
s-
it.
you see so many memes where it's like the rest of the country, or it's like the guy with his girlfriend looking at the other girl, where like, and it's
Yeah.
like Trey Anastasio. He sees like the Northeast and then like everywhere else in the world, and that he's just ignoring them. Like it's like,
A lot of people like Fish in New York City. Seems like a pretty good marketing move to me.
cool place to see them. It is. But
So going back to the Colorado topic, and I don't know if this is quite as hot of a take as they don't play enough in Colorado. I would like to see them come back and do some kind of residency annually here. Um, uh, but if they're not going to do that, if we're not if the days of 15 Colorado shows in one year are behind us, I would rather have a multiple night outdoor run in Colorado outside of Red Rocks than have one
sure,
show at Red Rocks.
I'm with that. Do like
Okay.
do something like Billy does revival at in Buena Vista, right? Is that where
Do
they're doing
do Buena
that?
Vista, do fucking
King Gizzard's
Vale.
doing an event there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do Vale, do Dillon, do Levitt Pavilion even. I love Levitt Pavilion.
I'd
I
like to see him
don't.
play at Mission. I'm sure a lot of people would, but I know
Sure,
there's some.
and
Yeah.
Mission, where I'm talking outdoor summertime tribe
Right.
type shit. Give me a February Mission ballroom run all day.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool. That seems a lot more realistic, honestly, than maybe a multi-night Dylan run. But if we're just gonna, and not to hate on what happened this year, that Ogden show was amazing, and shout to Tribe for coming back and making right the rain delay. Re-Rocks was so much fun. That was a lot of fun this year. I don't want to sound like an ungrateful asshole. I just really like multiple nights of Tribe, and if we're just going to get one of those at Red Rocks, and if there was another opportunity to do something multiple nights somewhere else, I think that's something that would probably be celebrated, or at least celebrated after the fact, after people got to do it and enjoyed it.
You sound a lot like a guy who had a kid a little bit ago, and it's a little bit harder to travel to see STS9
Yeah, I
too.
guess
Come
so. I
on,
guess
yeah.
no,
Which
you're
there's
right.
nothing wrong with that. Come
You're
on,
totally
dude.
right. And I
Yeah.
even as I was about to say that, I kind of had the thought of like, man, the real reason that I didn't see a lot of Tribe this year is because I just wouldn't
You're raising a
travel.
child and one of the most
Yeah, it
beautiful
wasn't an
boys in the whole
option.
world. Yeah, I mean, like,
Exactly. I didn't want to travel for anything, but I'd have taken some drives around Colorado given the
sure.
opportunity.
Yeah, and outdoor venues are good for little
Yeah,
Jay, you know?
for
Yeah.
sure. For sure.
Can't wait till his first show. Maybe it'll be
That'll
at
be
a
fun.
Buena Vista and a multi-night run with
Yeah.
maybe we do something with pretty lights. That'd be really cool.
Ooh,
Could
that'd be
you
really neat.
imagine an outdoor multi-night? CS9 Pretty Lights event. I mean, shh.
I mean, the fan bases overlap pretty good.
Yep.
Pretty Lights is growing into quite the headlining act.
Yeah. Yeah. But
I'd feel,
I'd be more. I would bet that Derek would not be against trading off headlining spots with a band like that and
yeah.
for an event like that.
I mean, that would be amazing. We love Pretty Lights around here. We got nothing bad to say about that act or that camp.
All right, so wild take, but I get where you're coming from.
Okay.
Did you have anything else?
No, I think that's all I got. I guess I had two Colorado centric type opinions this week.
This was a fun one, man.
Yeah.
The clips were hot. Go back and listen to that 2022 run probably after this. But thanks guys for listening. Again, if you've got the means, a few extra dollars and you haven't already, I'm sure a lot of people in the community already have donated to the area. As a lot of the fan community is close to that area, lives there, have loved ones there. Again, North Carolina Community Foundation. Look it up, Google it, you'll find it, but we'll put the link in the comments. Subscribe to the band's Bandcamp, like and subscribe to us, whether you're listening on YouTube, shoot us some comments, we respond to the comments, everything like that. We got a segment coming up next week.
Yep.
We're gonna do it back to top five.
Top five.
As we got New Year's coming up here.
Mhm.
Favorite New Year's Eve runs. So me and you. Should we do New Year's Eve shows? Let's do New Year's runs.
Let's do runs. There's more to talk about.
Runs. Okay, we'll do runs. All right. So let us know what your top five are. We'll be talking about some people's lists on the episode and talking about watching some clips, listening to some stuff next week. But have a great weekend, guys. Thank you for listening, and yeah, see you guys next week.
Thank you guys. Later.